وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا.
We made the call from Mount Zion. He made the call. I made the call. But nobody listened. These brothers did. So I want to go over and show you exactly what I was understood. I hope that you're able to understand and see what got me coming in. These brothers. And when I first met these brothers, right, I know they was like, who is this Negro coming here? But I told them, I said, the Most High sent me. And when I told them, I said, the Most High is going to use you, brothers. I seen it. I've been to other camps. Everybody shut their door on me. Come. I spent a little time. You might tell you how I know this is real. I went back to Egypt because I was one of the brothers amongst my cousins to telling people to come out there. I was wrong. I was telling them to come to the wrong place. In the midst of that, I got locked up. They put me in prison, not once, twice. I was in prison twice out there. And when the FBI, their former FBI, came to me, right? He slid a picture over. That's you? Yeah, it looked like me. He said, we know what you're doing. We've been watching you. We see everything you're doing there. I said, okay. Let's sit down and talk. And I explained to him, I said, yeah, we are the children of Israel. We are Bani Israel. Because I knew in their Quran, they understood the difference between Yahudi and the sons of Jacob. Right? And to them, we're considered Muslims. I say, yeah, we're Muslim. We're the true Muslims. We're the ones who are the true teachers of you. So eventually, they didn't mean to let me go. They actually made a mistake and let me out. They called my wife once I got to Jordan. That's a whole other story. And they called my wife. And I'm like, damn. I was like, remember the belly? They said, excellent. Nigga, how you get this number? That's what I said to her. They can call my wife. I said, yeah, they got your number. She said, yeah, they on the phone with me. They called, I said, to talk to her. She said, they asked her, where are the rest of the Hebrews at? She said, where's your husband at? She said, y'all let him go. He was quiet. So we knew then they didn't mean to let me go. Then, later I heard from my brother Ashira, his wife, for the same reason, they was trying to consider me a spy, trying to tie me into terrorists. Same as the elder here. So I'm going to show you what I learned, and I hopefully enable you to move. Now, anybody from Demona, right? You know, if you see this amount of brothers in a ride, that's going to scare the heck out of them.
Absolutely.
Am I lying?
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
This is a threat, and the only way we're going to get out of this captivity, I'm going to show you according to the word of the Most High, not my word. Go ahead. Give me 2 Chronicles chapter 7, start at 13. Yo. 2 Chronicles 7 to 13.
2 Chronicles 7 to 13.
Now these are basic instructions. When our mother told us to come home after school, she meant come home. Don't go to the next building where your uncle stay at. Come home. When you came home and you went to your uncle's house after school, what would happen? You'd get in trouble, right? Because you didn't follow her instructions. So let's see what the Most High said in his instructions. Read.
When I shut up heaven and there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send pestilence among my people.
So we know all this is happening right now. There's the rain. Now the rain is beginning because, as Kohan said, we start to return. You should have seen what happened last tabernacle. The grass is becoming greener. Waters are returning. Oh, y'all, some of y'all seen the waters are returning to the desert. It didn't happen before. Ask the Jewish people. Ask some of our people in Demona. It didn't happen. But 5 years ago, all this began when we proclaimed and called our people back to return to Mount Zion. Go ahead, read.
If my people who call my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face.
Stop right there. So most of us, when we read this, a lot of cats there stop right there. It says what? To do what?
And pray and seek my face.
And seek his face. So we think we're doing it right now. We do it all in our best canals. We do it all in our cities. But that's not what the Most High instructions say to do. Read.
And turn from their wicked ways.
Come on.
Then will I hear from heaven.
Come on.
And will forgive their sin and hear their land.
And do what?
And heal their land.
And heal their land. Read.
Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayer made in this place.
So now, when this was read and this was talking about, it was talking about Jerusalem. It wasn't talking about America. It wasn't talking about Europe. He was talking about America. This is where he was speaking of. He was on Mount Zion, and there's a difference. Most people think the temple was on Mount Zion. The temple was on Mount Moriah. The tabernacle of David is on Mount Zion, which the Most High said will stand forever. Go ahead, read.
For now I have chosen and sanctified this house.
Sanctify what?
This house.
This house. Go ahead.
That my name may be there forever.
So he's not talking about a people. He's talking about a place. Go ahead. How long? How long is it going to be there?
There forever.
Forever. So when the Most High say forever, do he mean 2018? Of course he does. Go ahead, read.
And my eyes and my heart will be there perpetually.
Read.
As for you.
As for who?
As for you.
As for you, Israelites. Read.
If you walk before me as your father David walked, and do according to all that I have commanded you.
Come on.
And if you keep my statutes.
Keep my what?
Keep my statutes.
This is what this is talking about. This is a statute that was established by the Most High David. Go ahead, read.
And my judgment.
Come on.
Then will I establish the throne of your kingdom.
So in order to get our throne back, we got to go and pray. Now, I'm not saying the Most High said he don't hear our prayers outside of Israel, but these are instructions that tell us to come to Mount Zion and pray. Let's look at Hezekiah. Let's go about 300 years later. Give me 2 Chronicles chapter 30. And all through the culture, this is what we're talking about. There's a difference between religious and culture. Culturally, the children of Israel, every opportunity they got, the first place they ran to was Mount Zion to pray to the God of Israel, seek supplications to bring them out of the captivity. That's the first place they went to. When David established the tabernacle in Mount Zion, it was a wrap. That was the only place that the children of Israel were to come to keep the feast at. Before then, yeah, we went to Gilgal. We did our first Passover in Egypt. But it was a wrap after what David did. That's why we need statues. And we're going to see it all throughout the culture. Not religion, culture. If we claim to be the Israelites, we don't have a religion, we have a culture.
That's right.
We have a lifestyle. We have foot to follow. 2 Chronicles chapter 30. Read. Verse 1.
2 Chronicles 30 and 1. And Hezekiah sent to all Israel and Yehudah, and also wrote letters to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, and keep the Passover of the Lord YHWH of Israel. For the king and his leaders and all the assembly in Jerusalem had agreed to keep Pesach in the second month.
So now, they're like, well, y'all ain't Hezekiah. Well, if you read chapter 6 of the Chronicles, he said, if some of you come, if one of you come, if a Gentile come on your behalf to Mount Zion and pray on your behalf, I'll bring you back. Let's see what these instructions say. These are basic instructions, and that's what we're trying to show and teach the brothers. We're not a camp. We're a bunch of men that ascended upon Mount Zion from across the four corners of the earth. Go ahead, read.
Verse 3. For they could not keep it at the regular time.
Read.
Because of a sufficient number of priests and had not consecrated themselves.
So at that time, the priests couldn't keep it in the first month because the priests didn't cleanse themselves. And you're going to find out some of the people didn't either. Continue reading.
Nor had the people gathered together at Jerusalem.
Read.
And the matter pleased the king and all the assembly.
Come on.
So they resolved to make a proclamation throughout all Israel.
So now, the letters went through all Israel at this particular time. Today, we have social media. The videos, you see us out there standing talking about return to Mount Zion to keep the feast as it is written. Because we understand this is our way out of captivity. This is how our brothers. We're still prisoners. I'm still a prisoner of war. Go ahead and read.
From Beersheba to Dan, that they should keep Pesach Yahweh HaYisrael and Jerusalem.
And where?
And Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem. So we're talking 300-400 years after David established the statue there. Go ahead, read.
Since they had not done it for a long time in the prescribed manner.
So as it was written, they hadn't done it then in a long time. It's the same thing. Now we're starting to keep the feast as it was written. But we don't take the priestly orders because then we're going beyond our duties. We do as it was written for the people. And most brothers say, well, how can you keep the Passover in the feast? Well, I'll go right back to the Hamashiach when he was taught Matthew 5:17, which says, think not that I come to destroy the Torah. I come not to destroy the Torah, right? But then who was he talking to? He had an audience. Because at that time, some of our people wasn't keeping the Pesach. He said, well, was our forefathers keeping Passover? Was there a priesthood in Egypt? No, it was not. You had a people. You had the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the first Pesach. It wasn't a Levitical priesthood. That's a whole different order. That came afterwards. So the Mashiach brought it right back to the beginning. Continue reading.
Verse 6. Then the runners went throughout all Israel and Yehuda.
Come on.
With the letters from the king and his leaders.
So this is the same thing. This is the documentary. This is the information saying return to Zion. Go ahead, read.
And spoke according to the command of the king.
Read.
Bnei Israel, return to Yahweh of Abraham.
So it says return. The same thing we just read. Return where? Return to Jerusalem. Read.
Yitzchak and Yisrael. Then he will return to the remnant of you.
So hold on. So the Most High says, if you come back and return here in Jerusalem, keep the feast as it is written, then he's going to return the remnant of our people that's out in the world, in the captivity. That's the promise. Only thing we can do is hold him to his word. That's that simple. We haven't tried that. As a nation of people, none of us tried that, but now we're doing it. And you have the right, when you come up to Mount Zion, said, you said, if we come back and keep the feast, that you'll return our brothers. You have the right to hold the Most High to his word because that's his word. Go ahead, read.
And do not like your fathers
Come on.
and your brethren
Read.
who trespassed against Yahweh of their fathers, so that he gave them up to desolation, as you see.
Read.
Do not be stiff-necked.
Do not be what?
Do not be stiff-necked.
Don't be stiff-necked. Do not be stiff-necked, Israel. You are a threat. Imagine this. I'm imagining you in the rod. I'm imagining you in Tel Rod. I'm imagining you in Dimona. You are a threat. If we say we're going to take the kingdom, we got to go to the front line of the war. And that spiritual war is taking Mount Zion. That's what we're going to get the land at. You can't do it from here. You can't. Even the Edomites, even the Gentiles, when they bomb, they always bomb in other countries, but they always have foots on the what do you call it? Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. They have boots on the ground there. Somebody's there. Go ahead, read.
Now do not be stiff-necked as your fathers were.
Read.
But yield yourselves to Yahweh.
Submit, Negroes. Submit yourself, Israel, to the Torah as it was written. Come on, read.
And enter his sanctuary.
Into where?
Enter his sanctuary.
The sanctuary is in Mount Zion, not in Solomon's temple. We show you all of this. We can prove everything we said. We want Torah as it is written in Jerusalem. And I'm not talking about Amorite Jerusalem. I'm talking about Jebusite Jerusalem in the Negev. Go ahead, read.
Which he has sanctified forever.
How long?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
Forever, Israel. Come on.
And serve Yahweh Elohim, that the fierceness of his wrath may turn away from you.
Go ahead.
For if you return to Yahweh,
If you what?
if you return to Yahweh,
If you return to him in Jerusalem of the Jebusites, what's going to happen?
your brethren and your children will be treated with compassion
Come on.
by those who led them captive.
So the enemies, our enemies led us captive. So the Most High just made a statement. If you return, he's going to make sure that the enemies that brought you back over is going to bring you back home in your land. Those who couldn't escape. I'm one of those who escaped. I got a passport. This is no different than a piece of paper where he went off the slave owner's land with a piece of paper saying, You know, go ahead, read.
So that they may come back to this land.
So they do what?
So that they may come back to this land.
So Israel, if you want to come back home, you have to return to Zion. Hold up, keep on, read. I'm almost done now.
For Yahweh Eloheinu is gracious and merciful, and will not turn his face from you.
Come on.
If you return to him.
If you return to the Master in Mount Zion, he promised he will not turn his face from you. That's on you to have faith of the God of Israel. Everybody can't go, but some of you can. Go ahead, read.
Nevertheless.
What?
Nevertheless.
Read.
Some of Asher, Manasseh, Zebulun humbled themselves.
They did what?
Humbled themselves.
They humbled themselves. You have to come over there with a meek and a humble spirit. Otherwise, you might as well stay here. I'm not telling you come over there and curse the Edomites out. That's not the commandment. That's not the instruction. The instruction is for you to come over there, humble yourself, keep the feast as it is written, and pray to the God of Israel. That's it. That's all he's asking of you. And it's working. I'm a witness to it. Go ahead, read.
And came to Jerusalem.
Come on.
Also the hand of Yahweh was upon Yehuda to give them singleness of heart, to obey the command of the king and the leaders.
Read.
At the word of Yahweh.
Read.
Now many people, a very great assembly, gathered at Jerusalem to keep the feast of unleavened bread.
Read.
In the 2nd month.
Read.
They arose and took away the altars that were in Jerusalem. And they took away all the incense altars and cast them into the brook.
So if you keep on reading, understand, it says that some of them laughed and mocked them at that time, and they're doing the same thing to us today. So I'm asking you to seek the Most High face in Zion. If you want to take the war to your enemy, then you need to come home and take it. That's front line of the war. That's the real war out here. That's where the soldiers going to show up. So I want to say peace and beloved to my brothers who are watching and our people that in Palestine, our brothers, we have a community in Hebron that's being built anew, and another community outside the suburb of Bethlehem, Ephratah, in a little small village called Jalad. So we give all praise to the Most High. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!